purposely seeks a woman because he doesn't want to stand on his own. He doesn't want to provide for himself. So it's easier for him to find a woman that wants to go 50-50 with him to make his life easier. I don't respect that type of man.
When I grew up around white people, and I've never once heard my homegirls be like, yeah, me and Luke are going 50-50, girl. We didn't have these conversations. Luke and Emily, they didn't have 50-50. They had conversations about she's about to have this baby, and when the conversation about money, he sure did give her a little prize. He sure did buy her a new car because her body went through hell to make 2 babies, and she deserved that. Because not only did she need a new car to take care of those babies, but he knew she was going to be in charge of more with those children. As in, when you got to call the doctor, she's calling the doctors. He's at work, she's got the doctor's appointment. She's going to the schools. She's doing all the ripping and running. She does a lot more. She also breastfed all of her kids. So he didn't expect those things as well. Yes, they are things you're supposed to do, but you can also show gratitude in your relationship, saying, hey, these are things that your body's changing drastically when you have children. I mean, most of us on here have had children.
Wait, hang on. Did y'all get allowances? Wait, hang on. As children, did y'all get allowances for doing shit that you're supposed to do?
No, I'm not a child, though. I'm not a child. We are
grown women. It's a direct one-to-one analogy, though. Did y'all get rewarded for doing shit that you were supposed to do?
Yes. Did you not get, when my grandpa gave us grades, or if we got an A or a B, he would give us here's $20. Like, that's a good, right.
There goes the problem right there. You're getting rewarded for shit that you're supposed to do, not going above and beyond, but you're getting rewarded for shit that you're supposed to do already.
That in the main video was African. Let's start there. Africans have dowries. So in Africa, they do have dowries where you do take them from their father, and at that time, you give them a dowry. And so you're expected to pamper them in that way. So when we're talking that way, you need to talk about culture shift. We're in America. These types of conversations happen in America. In African culture.
I think we can pivot from this. Just a couple things that were said, right? People do this continuously, and it doesn't make sense. They name Africa as though it's a country, right? There's 54 countries in Africa. Dowry would be the incorrect terminology. Right, because a dowry actually goes from the woman's family to the husband in the couple. You may have been referring to a term called lobola, which is a bride price that the minority of so-called African countries actually have. Right, but the overwhelming majority of those people are poor. So these things are very minuscule, you know. But we try to leverage a thing to make a point that is overwhelmingly untrue. Right, when you guys continue to say spiritual, what is the baseline for your spirituality? You know.
Now, not to get off of Yada, we were talking about
different guys, right? You have a guy that I'm just using 2 different scenarios, 2 different versions of type of guy. Right? A guy that desires to take care of his woman and his family, but he isn't able to. He has a vision that he's working towards. She sees his vision. She believes in him. And she doesn't mind a 50-50 relationship because she knows where it's going. Versus a guy
is too low for this beautiful goddess that is on our platform this evening. Could you please expound on that? What do you mean by that?
All right. So you purposely seeks a woman because he doesn't want to stand on his own. He doesn't want to provide for himself. So it's easier for him to find a woman that wants to go 50-50 with him to make his life easier. I don't respect that type of man. But the other type of man I respect because at least he has a vision, at least he wants better, and at least he has a desire. So that's what I mean by when I say 50-50.
I did have something to say. I don't know if the floor open or not, but I think the issue descriptions, right? He's not just saying this is what I do, y'all. You know, so take it or leave it. Like I do a lot of things for my woman that I always tell people, but you don't have to look like this, right? Like you don't have to go here, you don't got to go there, you don't got to do none of that. Just do something like just kind of like make an effort to show her that you appreciate her, and vice versa for your man, right? You don't got to be spending thousands of dollars to do stuff, right? That's what I say to people because I think that's realistic. But I think when he applies a prescription for other people, like yo, shorty, your nigga gotta give you $150,000 when you have a baby. I think that sounds crazy, and I think like a lot of people disagree with the idea that like most women like are very similar to children, right? But I think this gives that argument legs when you can just say the most blasphemous thing and they come flocking like, oh shit, well yeah, I want to believe in that, so I'm gonna just say how many girls is in his comments? That's crazy to like think that adult women are in those comments like, yeah, hell yeah, like what? That's what a kid would want to kind of go and run to believe something like that, right? So, and I'm one of them people just like Truth, like I try not to make people's internet persona to say I don't like them, but I think it's fair if somebody's like, this person is doing harm by the things that they're saying, like to relationships, especially in our community. So I can understand from that perspective if they like, yo, I don't like this person because of the message that they actually are preaching. I don't think that it brings us together. I think it pulls us further apart because it's so unrealistic.
So I want to get back on the 50-50 thing because I feel like we got away from that. And can I hear your explanation one more time? Because I was like listening, but I'm sorry, my mind went somewhere. What is so 50-50 is definitely a no-go for you. And what does that consist of? I just want to be crystal clear.
A guy that requires a woman to provide 50% in a household with bills and things of that nature. A man that does not desire to take care of his family. It's a difference between a man who is working towards something and he's not able to do it just yet versus a man that's not working towards it. And he has this expectation of desiring a woman to do it to take load off of him. I don't deal with those type of guys.
I have a few questions. 1 second.
Yeah.
How old are you?
38.
38 years old. You have any children?
No.
38, no children. How many men do you have paying your bills right now?
I don't have anyone paying my bills.
Okay. Do you own your home or are you renting?
Rent.
Okay, cool beans. And so let's just say you meet a guy, you know, we kick it off, we vibing, you know, whatever the case may be. At what point of the relationship? Okay, because I guess you wouldn't expect any money from a man towards your bills if you live in two different homes, correct?
Right, exactly.
But if we do decide, right, to combine households, right, like if we do decide to say, well, let's go get a house, right? Would you be opposed to going half on the house or just half on the bills?
Like paying for a house?
Yes.
It depends.
Depends on what?
Depends on where I'm at. If I'm ready to purchase a house. It depends on how much the house is. It depends on the man. It just depends on a lot of different things.
Okay, cool. So let me ask you, if you could define, we don't even have to do marriage, but relationship. What is your definition of a relationship?
My definition of a relationship is basically you have your it's a partnership, not hierarchy.
It's a what?
It's a partnership.
Somebody that don't go 50-50 believes in partnership?
Yeah, because a woman, she does not provide financially. She provides in other ways.
Which ways are those?
Which ways are those?
I'm asking. Yes.
You don't know what?
Tell me. No, I no. So I'm open to learning. This is why I really want to know.
I mean, I'm not here to convince anybody. I feel like I don't have to explain my value. You know what I mean?
He's asking. We want to be edified. So which ways are those?
For sure. But let me just say this, because I feel like we do this a lot, right? Like we do like a lot of what is the word I'm looking for? Deflection. I'm not challenging you, right? Like I'm literally calm. I'm just. I know
you're not.
Hear me out though, sweetheart. I'm really just asking a question, and I never can understand how when people are asking the most regular questions, it's like well, I'm not here to. I just want to know, like, if she's not bringing financial, you say that women bring other things to the table. So I'm just trying to figure out what are these qualities? I want to learn. That's why I'm asking.
Well, it depends on the right type of woman, because every woman is not operating in this energy. So for one, if you're dealing with a divine feminine woman, you're getting her nurturing energy. You're getting, energy that you cannot buy just by being in her presence. She's not only just nurturing and taking care of the household, she's making it into a home. She's if she's the right type of woman, she picks up on your energy. She picks up when something isn't right. Okay. It's a whole bunch of things that this type of woman, I can't describe it because
I got some questions too, man.
We all got some questions.
So let me just and then I'll let you guys go. We're just conversing back and forth.
I mean, if y'all think that a woman's value is in finances, then it's like then y'all.
No, we're gonna have a conversation.
That's nuts.
So I'm just a tad bit confused, right? Because nurturing is free, right? Love is free. Coming into a house, decorating or pouring into or whatever.
And taking on his bullshit.
If you're dealing with a man with a gang of bullshit, that means that your picker is all you picked a bullshit ass man, right? Let's so this is right, because realistically, and not you, this is not for you, but this is the trouble that we're having in the dating pool right now. You'll literally get women, and once again, not you, but I'll use your age, 38 years old, 40 years old. That are waiting in a sense to be put up and say, I'm a girl, be impressed with me. I'm a girl, be impressed. And if you don't know that me just being a girl and my divine femininity is enough, then I guess I'll wait around forever until that divine, and the chances are likely, I hate to be an opulent 6. You're going to end up with a girl. You're going to end up with a girl.
Hey, can I go?
Let me land, baby. I got you. And you can go. Just let me land this plane. Realistically, and I think me and the brother Hamp was talking about this the other day, right? Do you know the percentages, like the percentages of finding, right, a black man, right, a financially stable black man, right? This is 2, an aesthetically pleasing black man, right? Regularly endowed black man, because there's micro penises out there, right? A protector, a leader, a provider, and a 100% provide, and straight, because that's not those straight, and straight. When we start to name off all of those things, this shit sounds like a unicorn. This shit sounds like a mythical creature. And so to even, the word partnership is the word that we use. Y'all already know, ladies. And I'm gonna let y'all go, and I apologize. We talked about partnership. And I always tell people, when you are looking to get in a successful relationship, we have to take finance out of romance. Now, hear me out. Let me be crystal fucking clear with this, because there's a lot of people that's looking to be a scapegoat. If you date fucking bums, you date fucking bums. This is not a conversation for bums. You need to be an adult. You need to have your own shit. You cannot spell grown without O-W-N. You should have your house. You should have your car. You should have your job, because without these things, you are not an adult. You are a loser. It just is what it is. Take it up with whoever do you hear the bullshit from. What you'll learn about men with money, or the type of men that a lot of these women think that they want to date, they get into these relationships where they want 100% provision. And the only thing that you have to understand that comes with 100% provision is that if I am providing for you 100%, I don't look at you like an equal. I don't. And there are going to be a lot of women, because there's a lot of women who are getting put up, right? But they don't talk about the downside of how he's paying for your not only silence, but he's paying to do whatever the fuck that it is that he wants to do. And I don't care who you are in life. If I'm always footing the bill, I am eventually going to start treating you like a liability. And if you're new to getting money, or you're new to dealing with people, and you feel like, damn, you don't ever offer, like, just existing ain't enough. But I'm gonna land my plane, and I'll let you guys go.
That's not what I meant, though. I didn't say that the woman never does anything. I never said that. You asked me about 50-50, and I gave you. I landed
him. Go ahead, baby. No.
Go ahead, Hamp. You go.
Lila, there's a lot of convenience in your words, right? You gave the woman, in your definition of divine femininity, which you could not define, a lot of liquidity, and you made it subjective based on the woman specifically, right? But when you gave the prescription for the man, it was right and exact, right? I need you to tell me what divine femininity is.
You said what? Say what you said about the guy that I said about him?
No, I'm asking, what is divine femininity specifically?
So it's like I said, I'm not here to convince y'all of what.
It's not convincing. I'm asking for a definition.
Like I said, it's an energy that I can't really describe. It's a woman that's operating in her purpose. She knows who she is. It's a woman that has a calm nervous system. It's a woman that knows how to empathize. It's a woman that knows how to communicate. She has emotional intelligence. She picks up on her energy as well as her man's energy.
I got you. Okay, I understand. It's platitudes, right? That you can't actually realize in examples in real situations, right? It's these things that kind of exist in the fall. Now, when you said her purpose, is her purpose outside of that man?
Absolutely.
What would her purpose consist of outside of a man in what you call the partnership? How do they have independent purposes? See, your prescription, you can't actually apply it, right? And this is an issue, right? Because when a woman comes to you for edification, you can't quite give her a prescription. But for the man, he's lesser than if his woman needs to contribute financially. You see, it's unbalanced.
I mean, I just gave it to you.
Well, remember you said, well, I can't really convince you guys.
I mean, because that's just my way of saying, like, what it feels like is that y'all want me to describe, like, why I feel I'm a divine feminine. And I'm not here to express who I am. You know what I mean?
No, so that's not what they're saying. That's not what they're saying. What they're saying is that if you were to ask any of us 4, 5 women up here, what is a man, or what are the duties and the roles of a man, we'll all be able to give you a pretty concrete, none of us know each other, but we'll be able to give you a pretty distinct definition of what a man is supposed to do in a marriage and a relationship. But whenever it's asked what are women supposed to do in that relationship, it can never be defined. So he's saying, what is it?
Okay.
Like men are supposed to protect and provide, provide for the family and all that. What is the distinct duty that a woman is supposed to have? That's what he's asking.
Well, I just gave it to him though.
Yeah, and
Did I
Well,
not?
see, even those examples that you
Callie,
gave.
hold on, Callie, if you don't mind. Yeah, we don't need to belabor it, Lila. It's slightly incoherent, right? And if we wanted somebody to apply it, a lot of the things you said were platitudes, but you can't actually realize them in her actions. It's just like matching his energy and trying to. It's just things that we can't quite. They're not tangible. But I think maybe Tykebrion, maybe she wanted to expound on what you were saying. Go ahead, Ty.
So me and you are on that frequency. I see you. I hear you. As a spiritual woman, I can see that that's the type of person you're talking about. We're just on different alignments than everybody on the panel. That's okay, because I hear you. I know what you're trying to say. There is no such thing as 50-50 in a relationship. And when I grew up I grew up around white people, and I've never once heard my homegirls be like, yeah, me and Luke are going 50-50, girl. We didn't have these conversations. Luke and Emily, they didn't have 50-50. They had conversations about she's about to have this baby. And when the conversation about money, he sure did give her a little prize. He sure did buy her a new car because her body went through hell to make 2 babies. And she deserved that. Because not only did she need a new car to take care of those babies, but he knew she was going to be in charge of more with those children. As in, when you got to call the doctor, she's calling the doctors. He's at work. She's got the doctor's appointment. She's going to the schools. She's doing all the ripping and running. She does a lot more. She also breastfed all of her kids. So he didn't expect those things as well. Yes, they are things you're supposed to do, but you can also show gratitude in your relationship, saying, hey, these are things that your body's changing drastically when you have children. I mean, we've most of us on here have had children.
Wait, hang on. Did y'all get allowances? Wait, hang on. As children, did y'all get allowances for doing shit that you're supposed to do?
I'm not a child, though. I'm not a child. We are grown women.
It's a direct one-to-one analogy, though. Did y'all get rewarded for doing shit that you were supposed to do?
Yes. Did you not get when my grandpa gave us grades, or if we got an A or a B, he would give us here's $20. Like, that's a good right.
There go the problem right there. You're getting rewarded for shit that you're supposed to do, not going above and beyond, but you're getting rewarded for shit that you're supposed to do already.
That's not a problem. If you in your relationship you're cool with getting nothing, then that's fine. But in my
relationship, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. The problem is that y'all are expecting things that a woman is supposed to do regardless of whether or not she works or not. Now, if y'all are willing to live the lifestyle of that said nigga that makes that a certain amount of money and y'all don't want to work, then that's fine. But if you're working and both of you want to live a certain lifestyle, you're going to put in on that shit. Period.
Okay, the guy in the main video was African. Let's start there. Africans have dowries. So in Africa, they do have dowries where you do take them from their father. And with that time, you give them a dowry. And so you're expected to pamper them in that way. So when we're talking that way, you need to talk about culture shifts. We're in America. These types of conversations happen in America. In American culture.
I got a lot
to say. The video with the 50 150, that was
no, he's not African. Right? He's an American.
This smells like a whole lot of goddamn entitlement right here.
He's not. Hold up. He's not African.
He wasn't African.
He's a black man from New Jersey.
And
he's a black man from New Jersey. They got his tattoos removed, and now he's on a spiritual journey or whatever the case may be.
But that's also something that we did do in Africa was a dowry system when we did that. So it was fine. And so I'm with her on that. There's a 50-50 in a relationship is not something all people talk about. And in the black community, we can't do 50-50. We have to do 50-50 because in this culture right now, we are losing our jobs at the highest rate. Last year, black women, 300,000 of us lost our jobs. Black men right behind it. So when we're having these conversations, let's take into account that the reason we're talking 50-50 is actually political in America.
No, it ain't.
You gotta let her land her plane. Are you?
Can I land my plane? No.
Okay, her plane is landed. Callie,
all of this is political.
This at the feet of black people. This is across the fucking board. This is across the fucking board for decades now in America, where 2 income households are necessary if you don't want to fucking live in the goddamn PJs and you want to live a certain lifestyle and provide your kids with a certain kind of lifestyle or whatever like that. That's been the case since at least you can thank Reagan for that shit.
Okay, so it's political.
This has been
right?
in effect for at least the last fucking 40 years.
So 50-50.
And sorry for cussing. I just have a potty mouth, and that's just me. Okay, I'm not.
50-50 is political because Black people have to right now do 50-50. We want to be able to have that traditional life where a man can provide financially and he could do those things, but right now we don't have that. We don't have that.
Sorry, when in history,
white people ain't had that shit neither.
They don't.
Sorry, when in history have Black men and Black women has the Black man stayed paid all the bills and the woman stay home with the kids? Like, how long throughout history has that happened in America?
When has that happened?
I didn't
Black
see
women
that.
been working.
We've always had to work.
Yeah, so that's so the point.
Right. So
like
the 50-50s always had to be a thing based
Yeah.
off of that. So we can't go to what traditionally it should look like because we've always been forced into 50-50.
Got you. So this is my question for you, right? And I promise you, like I'm a fair guy. Like I'm just a fair person. I think I'm, at least I think I am, right? So would it be fair if me and you were about to get into a relationship? I said, how many bodies you got, and don't lie to me.
Say what now?
How many bodies do you have? You too, Leah. How many bodies do you have? Do not lie to me. Would that be fair in a relationship?
No, that's not your business.
That's irrelevant.
Okay, because it seems like you guys are creating this value of like this divine feminine thing. You're like, yeah, that's the thing right there. That's what we provide, right? And we never told y'all we wanted that, right? But I know one thing that all the men would say that we want, right? Keep your box in your pants. If you kept your box in your pants, right? Let's say you only had 1 or 2 bodies, maybe 3, right? Let's say you had that, and y'all told us all that on the panel. We'd be like, yeah, well, give them what they're asking for, right? But you want to tell us what you're going to give us. We're going to give you divine feminine. I'm not taking a shot at you, Ty, but I can have an OnlyFans. I can do threesomes. I can do all this stuff throughout my life, right? And I can tell you, well, I'm feminine now and it's divine. Take that. You're going to love it. It's like, give me all your money and you're going to love this divine feminine I got. And then you can't even really define it. I'm just trying to be reasonable. It sounds a little bit crazy to us when you say.
But we wouldn't be aligned. None of this panel would be aligned in that. Like me and her are cool with this conversation because none of us would align. And that's okay.
I don't think you realize
we're more spiritually in tune. And so when a body count doesn't matter, because I know why you're asking about a body count, you're trying to see how many dicks I've taken. When truly, why do you ask about body counts?
Ty,
that's not your business.
Right. The thing is that your pussy should be a goddamn novelty. You ain't paying $150 for no goddamn shit that ain't a novelty.
Well, and then you talking about dowries.
Can I add to what you were saying, Mont?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So yeah, we're not aligned with everyone. So I couldn't define the feminine energy because it's different. It's not one size fit all. So that's why it's difficult for me to define it, because one woman may bring value in this way and another one may bring it in this way. I cannot define it. And all I can go off of who I am and how I've grown and developed. And when it comes to whatever man comes into my life, right, for one, it has to be aligned. Now, what does alignment look for me? I am operating in my purpose and he's operating in his purpose. Do these purposes align together? That's the first start. If you are doing something that's not aligned with what I believe in, my character, my integrity, and the things that I want to do, we already are a mismatch. So that's the first step. And then I'm going to learn you as a person to identify what are the areas that you need the most support in. And that's how I figure out how I give to this person and how I pour into this person. So it's not a one size fit all. That's why I cannot give a straight answer of what does divine feminine looks like, if that makes sense now to y'all.
Well, okay. So do you plan on working or do you plan on not working?
We talking about in a marriage, like with a man?
Yeah.
Absolutely, because that's my purpose. I'm living in my purpose. So yeah.
Wait. So which one? Not working or working?
Like getting a job.
I don't do jobs, career.
Yeah, that's how I wanted to make sure.
Okay, so you believe that your money is your money and his money is our money?
I never said that. I never said that.
Okay, well,
I'm asking because you feel like 50-50 is like the bare minimum. In what world is your income not part of the household income?
If a man has a home and he's relying on me to come into that home to pay 50% of the bills, that's not an alignment for me.
She said that already.
Can you just answer the question that she asked you, please?
All right, listen, because we beat in the day. Hold up. Listen. Hold up. We've been beating the same horse. We're not here. None of us are trying to fuck her nor date her, respectfully, right? And no offense. I'm not saying you're not humpable or none of that. Listen, right? Let's we don't want to make it like her. She believes what she believes. We're not here to change her beliefs. I don't want to feel like we're on the attack. Like there's so much that we can talk about tonight. She doesn't believe in 50-50. It's beneath her. That's not her thing. If she moves into a man's house, is expecting whatever. But what if y'all move into a house together? Would have been my question. I feel like it's too much. Unless Hamp, where you gonna go? Because the thing that is irritable, I'm just gonna be real. I feel like there's like a lot of like people are not hitting the points. You dig what I'm saying? And so when you're just listening to a conversation where points aren't being hit, there's just a lot of meaningless fucking rant. You dig what I'm saying? So that's all. But if you got some shit, eat, and then we go ahead and slide. I'm going
100%. I think we can pivot from this. Just a couple things that were said, right? People do this continuously and it doesn't make sense. They name Africa as though it's a country, right? There's 54 countries in Africa. Dowry would be the incorrect terminology, right? Because a dowry actually goes from the woman's family to the husband in the couple. You may have been referring to a term called lobola, which is a bride price that the minority of so-called African countries actually have, right? But the overwhelming majority of those people are poor. So these things are very minuscule, you know, but we try to leverage a thing to make a point that is overwhelmingly untrue, right? When you guys continue to say spiritual, what is the baseline for your spirituality? You know, but that we can't even have that conversation because it seems so loose.
I mean, I'm not Christian, so that takes me out of the bucket of
Me
believing in the
either,
Bible.
so
That's the spirits. Like, we're not Christian.
Say the Bible.
Let me say something real quick. Hold up. Let me say, because see, this is also a weird part of the problem. Is just like how some of y'all ladies just said on here. A lot of y'all ladies and a lot of ladies do this nowadays, where y'all only doing a lot. Y'all saying a lot of stuff where it's only about convenience. Just like how y'all bringing up parts of the Bible, the Proverbs 31 type woman. Y'all talk about all of these different things. Y'all can't even expound or even give examples of what some of these things actually are. Some females talk about a Proverbs 31 woman. They can't give you the 7 virtues of that Proverbs 31 woman, but because it sounds good, that's what we giving. That's what y'all run with. The young lady, we just gonna say, Ty, sweetheart, you said something that was real kind of crazy earlier, talking about somehow the man bought the woman a car because her body went through so much damage. First of all, that's not even true. He bought the woman a car because they needed a car. It wasn't because your body went through something and all this stuff. You can't sit up there and try to think that a man is supposed to be held some crazy, I guess, accountable for something that God made. Y'all the ones got to have the kid. There's no other way to
tell me what my situation, my friends, though.
Sweetheart,
oh.
You literally said that the man bought you because your body went through so much and you went through hell. So here's like token of the gratification of because you went through. That's not what it was. Y'all needed the car. Now you got kids, so that he adjusted to the situation.
Yeah,
that's what a man is supposed to.
Oh, D. Melly, have you ever heard of a concept of push gift?
Mm-hmm.
So that just in case everybody hasn't heard of it, right? The push gift is like when a woman has a baby, she gets some level of gift. And so conceptually, if we pivot back to what Yada was doing, I think he's saying you pamper her within reason based on scalability. I don't think most men disagree with making sure their woman has a couple gifts here and there or feeling good at certain times, going to a spa, whatever the case is. He's just hyperbolic, right? And then he gives an arbitrary number, 150,000. That's supposed to mean something. But I think conceptually, when you scale it back to reality, to give her something, not even for the baby thing, but just conceptually pampering every so often makes sense to most men, right?
Yeah, for sure.